Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for coming back to Murder Metal Mayhem. Got a good one for you today. So, welcome back and good to see you all. I got one for you, a brand new case that I just started talking about. Been all over the true crime news these last few days, and that's Jonathan Gerlach, the modern day Ed Gein, with more than 100 sets of human remains in his basement. But we got more information that's coming out to share with you. Now, please remember this video is not accusing anyone of committing these crimes. I'm just laying the information out there, my personal feelings about the case. See what you guys think in the comments. And this is for entertainment purposes only and just, again, reflects my opinion and speculation. Now, for those of you just finding out about the case, it started this past Halloween where there was a rash of disturbed graves and mausoleums in the Mount Moriah Cemetery near Philadelphia. It's a huge cemetery, it goes over 2 different counties. The cemetery has been under surveillance by police for a couple months after this happened. They end up getting what they think is his license plate. They see this suspicious car. And they also found some clues at the sites where he just left tools behind. Pretty stupid. Maybe they got DNA off of that because they did say they got DNA. So I'm not sure if it was a cigarette butt or sweat on the tools or what have you. But they got DNA. They have the tools and other things that he discarded there at the scene. Maybe a water bottle. Who knows? Now, when it comes to DNA left behind, that's what I'm thinking is the case here. But that's going to be tough evidence to refute in court. But all of this led to the arrest of Jonathan Gerlach in the cemetery with a burlap bag that held 2 mummified small children and 3 human skulls. Pretty disturbing. Then the police end up searching his Pennsylvania residence. They said it was like a horror movie come to life. They found over 100 sets of remains, most of which were stored in the basement. Some even were dated as old as 200 years old. This is a really old cemetery. Some of them were fresh, still, meat on the bones, so to speak. There was a rumor, and this was confirmed, that one of the corpses was hanging from the ceiling in the basement. Not even sure what was up with that. And so that was confirmed by a reporter at the scene who talked to police. They're still there going through stuff. So this is an ongoing investigation. It was reported by a local news station in Pennsylvania who did an interview with this musician who said he knew Gerlach a few years before when they were both playing in bands in the same scene there. Gerlach was the singer in a band called The Road to Milestone. The musician said it was heavy metal, but when I watched the clip I'm going to show you, I thought it sounded more like, pop punk or some radio friendly alternative type music. I hear no hint of heavy metal in this. And when I knew what this guy did, I was expecting Cannibal Corpse, but what we got was like, 30 Seconds to Mars or something like that. But let's check it out. I can only play a little bit of it to avoid problems with YouTube, but the song is called Lost in That. Again, the band is Road to Milestone. Gerlach is the singer. I don't know about who else is in the band or writers or anything like that. I will link to the full video in the description, so if you want to check it out, you can watch the whole thing. So let's check that out. All right, here we go. Let's check it out.
Pull me out alive, I've been terrified of everything that I can be. I've been down this road feeling so alone, I'm sick of living on repeat. Have you ever heard the silent lonely when your heart beats inside your chest? Still lost inside of a rhythmic emotion that pulls you out above the stress.
So that's about as much as I want to play of that, but it gives you an idea. Like I said, nothing at all like I was expecting from a guy that's got over 100 sets of human remains at his house. Again, I was expecting like Cannibal Corpse or Blood Red Throne or something like that, but that was not what I was expecting. So curious what you guys think about that. So, you know, the musician went on to say that Gerlach, was pretty normal guy. He never expressed any kind of interest in oddities or ever heard him talk about skulls or bones or anything like that at all. The guy said Gerlach was a good dude, never acted violent, never spoke of grave robbing or any such thing. He was just shocked to hear it in the news, just like we all were, apparently. But Gerlach is expecting over 500 charges here, with over 100 counts of each of abuse of a corpse and receiving stolen property. In addition, you got burglary, trespassing, and desecration of multiple historic burial places. I would be curious to see what sort of time this guy's looking at, because I mean that's a lot of charges there. So we'll see. And of course, if they offer him some kind of deal to avoid a trial, that would be a bummer, because I'm sure most people watching this would sure like to hear more about his story and maybe get him to, explain what he did or why he did it. He's being held on $1 million cash bail at the George Hill Correctional Facility in Delaware County, and that's in Thornton, Pennsylvania. He's got a preliminary hearing January 20th, so put that on the calendar. Definitely coming up soon. Definitely going to keep up with this case. It's going to be interesting to continue to see more information coming out. So what do you guys think? Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts, your ideas. I want to say thanks to the Horntie Club and the Mayhem Squad for being members of the channel. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate all of you guys and your support watching these videos. Also in the description is a link to the merch store if you want to do some merch shopping. Get your tax check, want to get some Murder Metal Mayhem swag. We got a lot of different designs, so check that out. Also, tomorrow, that's Tuesday, January 13th, 7 p.m. Central, I'll be doing my serial killer story hour. And that's an hour of serial killers. And this week I'm doing Richard Chase, the Vampire of Sacramento. It's a wicked story and very fascinating. So we'll be doing that tomorrow night. Also, hit that like button, put some touch DNA on that son of a gun, and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you next time as well. Thanks.
Yeah, I've heard it all before. It's just the outro and I'm out of here. If you did, you wouldn't be loving this sick, weird groove. Thanks for watching, leave a comment to help us get out to more. Smash that like and subscribe before you go. You must be some high achiever to watch this whole thing. Copyright 2025 by Horns High Productions.